How much money do you actually need to retire comfortably in India? If you're watching this video, chances are you've been asking yourself this question. And this is what happens with many NRIs. They have worked outside of India for 20 plus years, saved diligently, built up 8 to 10 crore rupees, and when they finally feel ready to retire in India, they're caught off guard. Their retirement corpus isn't enough to provide the peaceful life they want. The thing is, without proper planning, even a 10 crore rupees corpus can run dry by age 70, and you could still have 15 to 20 years ahead of you. Being an NRI myself, I faced challenges when planning my retirement corpus. The problem isn't just how much you've saved, it's how you structure it, withdraw from it, and protect it from inflation, taxes, and costly mistakes. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what mistakes you can avoid, how to make sure your money lasts as long as it can, and most importantly, how do you calculate your retirement corpus to live a comfortable life in India? Welcome to NRI Shala. I'm Malvika, and this is where we navigate NRI life together, from visa guidance and investments to maintaining your roots while building your future abroad. Now, before we understand how to calculate our retirement corpus, there are 5 crucial mistakes most NRIs make that you should avoid. The first one is the biggest mistake I see NRIs make that can make you think 5 crore rupees is enough when you actually need 8 to 10 crore rupees. During your working years, you invest in mutual funds, giving 12 to 15% returns. Your portfolio grows aggressively because you can handle volatility. You have a salary coming in, so market crashes don't affect your day-to-day life. But here's what changes when you retire. You can no longer keep 100% in equity. You need stability, predictable monthly income. You can't wait for markets to recover when you need money for expenses today. So your asset allocation shifts to something balanced. 50% equity, 50% debt, like fixed deposits or debt mutual funds. With this approach, your realistic post-tax return drops to 7 to 9% per year, not 12%. This single miscalculation is the difference between running out of money at 70 versus living comfortably till you're 90. The next mistake happens in the background without you realizing it, not factoring inflation. At just 6 to 7% per year, your living expenses double every 10 to 12 years. What costs you 2 lakh rupees a month today will become 4 lakh rupees before you turn 70 and 8 lakh rupees by the time you're 80. Most NRIs calculate their retirement corpus based on today's expenses and completely forget that their lifestyle costs will keep increasing every single year. Even if you have 10 crore rupees at age 60, if your withdrawal strategy does not beat inflation, you're slowly going broke. You just won't realize it until it's too late. Your retirement corpus must not just sit there earning fixed returns. It must grow enough to beat inflation, or you'll run out of purchasing power long before you run out of years. The third mistake happens when you have poor asset allocation. Many NRIs either go 100% conservative or stay 100% aggressive when building their corpus, but neither works for retirement. If you go all in on fixed deposits, then inflation slowly eats away your wealth. Whereas if you stay fully invested in equity, then one market crash can wipe out your income for years, forcing you to sell at losses just to pay monthly bills. The solution is having a bucket strategy. We'll talk about this later in the video, but essentially it is distributing and allocating your funds across different time horizons and risk profiles so you have guaranteed income for your immediate needs while still allowing a portion of your corpus to grow and beat inflation over the long term. Now, the next mistake is a bit personal and emotional. But this is what comes to bite back later to most NRIs. After decades of working abroad, when you finally have 10 crore rupees saved up, it's natural to want to help your children. Maybe 50 lakh rupees for a down payment for their house, 40 lakhs for funding their dream wedding, or 30 lakh rupees to clear their education loans. Within a few years, you've given away 1.5 crore rupees. And that's not just money gone. It's also the compounding you lost for the next 20 to 30 years. Your adult children need to build their own financial independence. If you deplete your retirement corpus trying to make life easier for them, you're setting yourself up to become dependent on them later. Now, currently you might not have adult children yet, but you likely have aging parents back home who need regular support, medical expenses, household costs, property maintenance, and here's where you're quietly losing money without realizing it. Traditional banks and remittance services charge hidden fees, often poor exchange rates, and take days to process transfers. On a 2 lakh rupees transfer, you could easily lose 5,000 to 10,000 rupees in fees and unfavorable rates. Over a year, that's 1 lakh rupees gone. Over 10 years, that's 10 lakh rupees that should have been working for you. That's exactly why Aspora exists. Real-time transfers at Google matching exchange rates, no hidden fees, no waiting games, no explaining to your family why less money arrived. Download Aspora now and use this special code, My Money, when you sign up for your first transfer. You can check out the app link in the description below. Finally, the last mistake can destroy decades of careful planning if you are not prepared. Most NRIs make the mistake of lumping everything together. 10 crore rupees total retirement corpus. But then a critical illness hits and they're forced to withdraw 40 lakh rupees from their equity portfolio. This permanently damages your retirement math. You've lost capital, you've disrupted your withdrawal plan, and reduced your future income capacity. So what do you need to do? Keep 30 to 50 lakh rupees in a completely separate emergency fund. It could be liquid mutual funds, arbitrage funds, or bank fixed deposits. This is purely for medical emergencies and unforeseen expenses. Never touch this unless absolutely necessary. And never mix it with your main retirement corpus. This is designed to protect that corpus from being raided when life throws you a curveball. Okay, so now that you know what are the most common mistakes to avoid, how do you actually plan your corpus? See, retirement planning isn't about hitting some magical number like 5 crore rupees or 10 crore rupees that you see thrown around on the internet. It's about understanding your specific needs, your lifestyle, and your risk appetite, and building the discipline to get that. Let me walk you through the steps I use to calculate my own retirement corpus and see if that helps you out too. Start by asking yourself, what kind of lifestyle do you want in India? For most urban NRIs, retiring in cities like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, or Mumbai, 2 to 3 lakh rupees per month is a realistic baseline for a comfortable life. This covers housing, whether rent or mortgage, groceries and daily expenses, healthcare and insurance premiums, some travel and leisure, and helping family when needed. Now, if you are planning to settle in a tier 2 city, or you already own your own home outright with no mortgage, your needs might be closer to 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees per month. But if you want frequent international travel, or you enjoy a more luxurious lifestyle, you might need 3.5 to 4 lakh rupees per month. The key here is to be honest with yourself. This is your retirement. Don't underestimate your lifestyle needs just to make the math look easier. The next step is factoring inflation. At a modest 6% inflation rate, which is actually quite reasonable for India, your 2 lakh rupees monthly expense today will become 2.68 lakh rupees in just 5 years, 3.58 lakh rupees in 10 years, 4.78 lakh rupees in 15 years. So when you're calculating your corpus, you must project your expenses for the next 25 to 30 years and account for inflation every single year. This is non-negotiable. The third step is understanding post-retirement returns. Before retirement, during your accumulation phase, you can be aggressive. You might have 70% to 100% of your investments in equity-oriented mutual funds or stocks. Your portfolio could realistically earn 10 to 12% annually. But once you retire, during your distribution phase, everything changes. You need stability. You need regular, predictable income. You can't afford to have all your money riding on market volatility. So your asset allocation needs to shift to something more balanced. Keep 7 to 10 years worth of living expenses in a safe debt instruments like fixed deposits, debt mutual funds, so your monthly income is guaranteed regardless of what's happening in the stock market. Then keep the remaining 40 to 50% of your corpus in equity or long-term growth. This portion stays untouched for at least 10 years, slowly beating inflation while your safe bucket handles current expenses. Now let's put all this together with an example using what's called the SWP method, Systematic Withdrawal Plan. The logic is simple. Your corpus keeps working for you, earning returns, and you withdraw a small, sustainable portion every month, ideally less than what your investments are earning, so your money lasts longer than you do. Here's how it works in practice. Let's say you won 3 lakh rupees per month after retirement. That's 36 lakh rupees per year in today's terms. You're planning to retire at age 60 and want your corpus to last at least until age 90. That's 30 years of retirement. With a balanced 50-50 allocation, your investments will realistically earn around 8% per year after taxes. Inflation is running at 6% annually. To sustain that 3 lakh rupees per month lifestyle for 30 years, accounting for inflation, eating into your purchasing power every year, you'll need approximately 6.5 to 7 crore rupees as your retirement corpus. Now, if you expect lower returns, maybe you're more conservative and your portfolio only earns 7%, or if you want to plan for 35 to 40 years of retirement instead of 30, that number has to go up closer to 8 or 9 crore rupees. On the flip side, if you're comfortable with a slightly more aggressive allocation, 70% equity giving you closer to 9% returns, you might manage with 5.5 to 6.5 crore rupees. Here's the key thing. There's no one-size-fits-all number. Your required corpus depends on your monthly income need, your expected rate of return, which depends on your asset allocation, your inflation assumption, your life expectancy, and it changes for everyone. This is why blindly following thumb rules like you need 25 times your annual expense doesn't work for NRIs retiring in India. But there are few things you can do to make sure you build a corpus that is realistic to your needs. First, test live your retirement before committing. Spend at least 3 to 6 months in your chosen city before making permanent decisions. Reality could turn out to be different than you planned for. Maybe the healthcare facilities aren't as accessible as you thought, or the traffic has gotten unbearable, so test the city first. Second, start building your corpus early and never touch it. Keep adding to it regularly and set aside separate buffers for large expenses like weddings or property purchases. Don't mix those with your main retirement corpus. Third, maintain a currency strategy. Keep part of your wealth in dollars or global assets, so if the rupee weakens, your overseas exposure cushions the fall. Fourth, review your plan annually. Adjust for inflation, lifestyle changes, or market shifts. Small corrections now prevent big problems later. And finally, seek professional advice. NRI retirement planning has complexities you've never dealt with. Get an NRI-friendly advisor to guide you on taxes, withdrawals, and compliance. That was all for this video. If you found it helpful, like, share, and let us know in the comments. See you in the next one.